What's going on, tribe? Hello, everybody. Newcomers, how are you? Existing members, what's going on? Stopping through to do a quick A spread, April check in. See what's going on with the tribe. Let's get them some advice. Straight out. Can't really pronounce that, but it's tradition, the Hierophant card. Seek God. I would say seek divine source energy. I was told not to call the master, the creator of all things, including the universe. I was told not to call him God. Not even him. More of a it, non-binary, or both, hermaphrodite, both energies, if we're made in his image, right? Bottom of the deck, cloud meditation. I'm getting step away from traditions or create your own. Yeah, creating your own belief system. Universal oneness, transcend, elevate, ascend at the top of the deck. It's crazy that they came out because that was part of what I meditated on, the messages that I want to bring through. So we're starting out good. I don't know what that symbol is in this Hierophant's hand, but I'm called to it. I'm intrigued by it. I also like the soul energy. It gives me ancestor vibes, spirit world vibes. It's drawing me to that tongue too. With the seat on the tongue. Snake-like energy. But I'm gonna keep my personal stuff to the side. Alright, let's get some caution. What does the tribe need to caution? Oh, we is not. We are not. Yeah, I got a lot of caution. A lot to caution, huh? We ain't doing that though. One card. Caution. It's just gonna make me take more than one. Okay, I see why though. We got Equalizer and Wizard, Higher Self, and Balance in the reverse. I feel like that within itself, we not in tune with our higher self or being obedient, balancing it out, grounding yourself to be able to even listen to your higher self. It's giving me the energy of beginners, like beginning of spiritual awakening for a lot of folks, which, you know, of course, that seems to be the trend. I'm also getting like put down the vices, at least for a time being. Not fasting. So I'm guessing, yeah, because Ramadan, I don't know if it's closed out and then Passover, that kind of stuff coming. I don't know what's going on. What is it? Embolic with the, yeah. I'm getting the energy of be cautious of picking and choosing from what it is you want to participate in with your traditional, religious practices or spiritual practices. Codes in nature is at the bottom of the deck. And celebration is at the top of the deck. So it is giving me like caution not taking the time for yourself to convene with your higher self and to balance and ground yourself, like having some me time. That's what I'm getting. But I'm gonna move on because we just speculating at this point. It's too early in the reading to know exactly, but that's just what I'm getting. Let's look on some encouragement. Some encouragement. Guidance. Yiwa, if I'm pronouncing that right. If not, I'm pretty sure somebody will let me know. But that's the death card. Keyword guidance is giving me transformation energy, dark night of the soul. Um, I'm getting check your Lilith. A lot of people don't do that when, but they do shadow work. So it's still kind of the same thing. It's figuring out those. Well, not even figuring out because you know the things that already bring you shame that you want to hide from, the outside world, the skeletons in your closet kind of energy. We all have them, but to figure out, what your Lilith is to me, especially if you like astrology and you know self-development and using multiple tools, then you would want to know like if it lines up at all, the energies that whatever sign or house is associated with as far as your Lilith, damn, in your natal chart. Bottom of the deck, we got family. Every time I get this card, I hear the song "Broken Glass Everywhere." Um, these are the breaks. Yeah, that's the name of the song. Bliss, trust at the top of the deck. So it's really giving me the energy of, transformation, breaking the mold, listening to your higher self, creating your own traditions and rituals and, divination practices. Yeah, somebody is like, I'm feeling like really lost, like, cause I'm like at a loss for words. Yeah, it feels kind of empty, like empty inside, like, yeah. Like someone that only thinks of the devastating outcomes versus, the vast possibilities that can happen, the vast routes that could be taken. I feel like this that fully not they're not fully tapped in, so to say. It's really a struggle with, do I stick with traditions and what I've been taught and what I know to, up until this point, or do I, flip shit upside down, transform myself, and kind of come out of that dark night, come out of that mystery, hidden, like um subjugated. I don't know what that's about. Come out of that, that that the lure that when you are devout to one specific thing that can kind of take over when you're just wholeheartedly believing in just one particular thing to the point where it gets judgmental. So it's like maybe you're judging yourself because you don't feel to fit in because of the skeletons that if people knew, oh my goodness, is what I'm getting. And we all know that I'm not a give a fuck what people think. So yeah, I don't understand why tracking the sword. Let me get something on the advice with the tradition hierophant. Why is that here? Why is that the advice? It looks to me ending. Realizing the world is yours to design. And these four walls live in your home. You're you're the head of household is what I'm getting. It might not necessarily be, but you're the one who make the rule book. Thank you, goodness. Yeah, you're the one who makes the rule book in your four walls. When you walk through your threshold, this is giving me real control kind of thing. Some need to release control because you don't really have it. And in my personal opinion, religion is a control tactic. Anything that's like, we're not gonna go there. We got the tower at the bottom of the deck. We got the Four of Pentacles at the top of the deck. I'm still getting like needing to strip down, get naked, and figure out you. Like, period. This is a time for you to figure out you before you go through to this next chapter. Like, figure out what it is that you want, not what tradition has told you you're supposed to want, not the fear tactics, just really getting down to figuring out you, your higher self, your desire, what it is that you want to do, how you want to live, how you want to love, how you want to share, how you know, your vision. This is definitely like someone struggles with seeing a brighter day, seeing a way forward, having a vision. I'm being shown to people that express that when they close their eyes, they can't visualize things, and it's supposed to be like a disorder or something like that. So it's giving me that kind of energy, and it's also giving me kind of like the followers mentality energy, where I'm doing it because this is what has been done. But is it working for you? Because in my personal opinion, I feel like there's really no right or wrong. We get distracted and are made to argue about, the names of the names and the figureheads of, specific teachings, when it all really boils down to the same thing. But it's just, how do I get my tribe, my following, to understand the message in its purest nature, in its authentic meaning, not the things that have been added to it due to bias or tradition. Because I ask, whose tradition? Your world. You have one within the bigger world. That's like, it's giving me the energy of somebody that's worried about, world peace, when if you if you are at peace in your four walls, your world is peaceful. I'm really getting like, ignore the distractions. Kind of like follow the spirit, follow, the divine source, the creator of all things, including the universe, its traditions. And I feel like that's different for everybody, because everybody is here for a specific thing. So it's not a one size fits all. It's it's truly tribes of people, yes, of course, but it's still the one. The universal oneness, as we got a little bit prior. So again, the name that you place onto it, in my opinion, doesn't really matter. Do you get the concept? Do you get the lesson? Do you understand what you are supposed to be doing? And do you understand that will be different from your neighbors? Without judgment and shame, transform your way of thinking, what your traditions are. It doesn't have to be like anybody else's. I feel like you don't have to follow a rule book when it comes to that. The rule book is within. You you know the direction comes straight from the source. I'm hearing Free Soul. What's that song? Infinity Stones. My apologies, tribe. The song is called Rightfully Yours, but it's still by Free Soul. He say, I don't need no direction. I don't need no map. The direction comes straight from the source, divine source energy, the creator of all things. whatever you call them, is what I'm saying. Not him, them, they. Let's another, because I'm about to go off into a rant that has, yeah, let me, yeah. We're gonna put those back because that's coming from me. Like, you don't got to do all that. I'm also getting like, for those that are like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm getting that Jesus didn't press folks to follow or take heed. He gave his message. He, you know, clarified to those that wanted clarification, and he rode on. It wasn't no, you gotta, you gotta, you gotta, you gotta. It wasn't none of that. He had the direction from the divine source. There was no need for a map. I'm gonna guide you here. Do what I tell you to do. Gather as many believers and keep coming. Keep going. And I don't even think it was like a gathering of believers, but just put your brother and sister up on game and move on to the next town. Let them know that this divine consciousness, Christ consciousness that's within me is within you as well. If you transform your thought process, come out of the shame and the oppression that comes with knowing that you are born a sinner, and do righteous things with enthusiasm. Making another one on the Hierophant. What's the advice from that? We not doing that. You tripping. You tripping. Yeah. Your soul searching. Like I said, your dark night of the soul. You go seeking what's for you, your tradition. How you want to be represented when you leave this world. How you want your world to be while you're here in this physical plane. All that's up to you. The map is already there. You just have to seek guidance. You gotta ask and have discernment. You gotta work on yourself. And not be worried about your neighbor. Learn to be decisive. Learn to be, I'm getting unfuckwittable, but I'm thinking of not getting distracted. Excuse me. Because this, traditionally, a lot of people is like, they think of this card as just having a decision to make. True, granted, you have a decision to make because that's usually what goes on with the twos. You know, you in the planning stage, but I also get, like practicing discernment, practicing using different senses. Because with her eyes covered, she can still be on guard because she can see and she can feel. When one sense is shut off, the other is heightened. So if I'm sitting here either in a meditative state or, just defending, but I'm getting like when people take turns in battle, like being woke or stakeouts, shit like that. That was the energy I just got through. So, but yeah, so like being on guard, but still being able to rest. So I'm closing my eyes, but my senses are heightened so that I can still prepare if I believe that I need to defend myself. I feel like that's something that needs to be done when you're working on yourself, especially like finding discernment. Basically, this is basically what it means to me. Long story short, you use your discernment when asking for guidance, wanting to know anything about what to do to work on yourself and create boundaries and get clarity, or even ask for strength or assistance, you know, because the opportunities are there no matter which route you take. Not for nothing, not to be, you know, try to be combative in any way, but most traditional religions use scare tactics. It's in there. You can debate me or whatever you want, but that's the reason for the contradictory in the text. And a lot of people take it literally when it's metaphorical. In a sense, all of it is. Let me get one more. Yeah. Once you find what your set of beliefs are, make it your tradition and stand on it until it doesn't serve you anymore. I mean, that's what's been being done traditionally in religion anyway. That's why there's so many versions of a so-called holy text. Either way it go, use your foresight, use your discernment to figure out your world, what's gonna feed your soul, because that's what this life is about. You and your journey. Of course, along the way, we have brothers and sisters that, we may need to assist, help out. It's a reason for each person we meet. Even your enemies are meant to make you stronger. So for those that don't, kind of follow along with how I read your advice, is to seek out within your soul on a soul level guidance from divine source energy on what your path is in this world. Once you figure out you, like I figured out me, stand on it. Defend it at all costs because you have the upper advantage. Once you figure out what could shame you, what could be used as a tactic against you, how folks mind fuck you, once you figure out the deepest, darkest things within yourself and accept that, transcend past it, you become unfuckwittable. No one wants to find guidance in the things that man deems bad or evil. It's all for your greater good. because there really is no good or bad, evil or, come on. As where there is a glimmer of light in darkness, there is a shadow within the light. Yeah, I know. Oh, y'all messy. Yeah, that was the inside. Sorry, y'all. I'm just, yeah. I'll put that back because that's for me. All right, G. Let's, oh shit. Let's move on to the caution. Why is Equalizer and the Wizard in reverse? Yeah. Y'all ain't in y'all Empress energy. You don't know thyself. You don't know thyself. You still confused trying to figure it out. You better become the High Priestess. You better know. It has to be annoying. And you have to steady yourself. You get to steady yourself. You. Contemplate on how you can make investments in yourself and your well-being and you moving forward. Any money you spend should be for the betterment of you and yours. In some way, shape, or form, it should come back. In some way, shape, or form, it should come back. Of course, it's going to be ups and downs. But in some way, shape, or form, it should come back. And you should stand on that. You should be enlightened enough to know when some shit ain't right. It's really giving me like I'm trying to find a way to say this that it's not going to be disrespectful because I don't ever intend to be disrespectful. It's only so long that you can it's only so long that you can look down on those that have done the work on themselves, who know who they are, but are, a little eccentric or a lot of eccentric or weird or whatever folks want to call it, but have the confidence that you lack because they're actually living authentically and you're living in this facade of the world. Even though that is the Hierophant, it still gives me devil energy, worldly things. But spirit is surrounded, of course. But how often are you listening to spirit? I feel like this is you. When it comes to spirituality, you laugh at it. It's a joke to you. Enlightenment to you is degrees in material, practical, earthly, pentacle things. More more power. But the song goes, first you get the money, then you get the power. And that's giving me like Fuji vibes. But I don't think, yeah, it is. If it ain't Fuji's, it's definitely Lauryn Hill. That's definitely Lauryn Hill voice that I'm hearing. But we're not gonna get stuck up on that. I really feel like it's caution, thinking that the rule of thumb is what you're supposed to follow. Excuse me if I hit the mic. I feel like you're pretending because you have the um, mentality of fake it till you make it kind of thing. So it's, if I appear to be put together, then it wouldn't matter the behind the scenes. The fact that I'm not truly tapped in and balanced and connected and even in co-creation with my higher self. It's all world based. It's all 3D. I'm getting posed for the ground. Wow. Pose. Pose. We get another one. Oop, the Hierophant came out. Hierophant came out. And this is the caution. This is the caution pal. So it's like I'm not as much as as much as I don't want to create a narrative that I don't feel that there's a need at all for, you know, religion, tradition. I just feel like where we are now in the world, it's evident, factual, if you look it up, that we've been lied to. And the brainwashing continues because people aren't truly balanced and tapped into their higher self. They're not really equalizing every aspect of this experience. It's like I said before, I'm going to take bits and pieces, or I'm going to only do these certain things, but yet I'm supposed to be devout and committed. That to me is my biggest I don't really want to say strife, but strife is coming in my head. That's my biggest deterrent from traditional religion. Like, bro, are you serious? People pick and choose, and you want me to be devout and dedicated to something that how can I put it? You want me to be devout to a word that has one been changed many times, and for those that, because I'm hearing people, you know, say things about the Quran, and I'm just gonna put it to you like this: in every religion that I've ever studied or thought of being devout to in my almost 40 odd some years on this planet, I could never get down with, because it has me as a woman being told what to do by a man. And simply because he is a man. The whole story is skewed to be that. But if you read other books, you find other interpretations of the same text, missing books from a book that's supposed to be complete and has been used as a tool for many a generation. But there's lost texts, there's contradictory, there's mistreatment of women just because there's not recognizing the power, the equal power of a woman. Not to say that we are equal in strength and stuff like that, but there's things that a woman has power more so than a man, and vice versa. The storyline of the woman being manifested from the man giving an offering, which, see, we're not gonna go there. I'm already like, yeah, nah, we're not gonna go there. I don't have enough time. I don't. I don't. But this is this. These are the cards. I can't make them come out. Hierophant came out in the caution. High Priest is still at the bottom of the deck. It's annoying. It's annoying about these traditions. It's meant to keep you in the mind state of sorrow, despair, working to the bones. Let me get one more. Yeah, I'm clearly starting to get annoyed with this because it's like I'm not taking two. Yeah, I just want one more. I'm the caution pal. Why is equalizer and wizard in reverse clarified by the emperor and the hierophant? Why is this something that the tribe needs for caution? Four swords. I'm getting rest and recuperate. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by this world, die by these worldly things. Addictions, obsessions, control. Another form of control. Both of these are control. Both of these are controlling. But one is represented to be bad and the other is represented to be good. It's still figureheads in control above the people. To sum it all up, caution, not taking that time to yourself to retreat from your comrades, to retreat from your fellow knights, to retreat from your servitude, to work on thyself, balance thyself, figure out your true power and authority, and figure out not only the keys, but which key unlocks which door. Understanding that there is no wrong choice. At the top of the deck, I'm glad they caught me before I started shuffling. Caution. We gonna put them on the side because they're giving me the image of the Lover's card and how the woman is depicted and where she's looking, and how the woman is depicted and where she's looking here. A true authoritarian knows that they don't have to force authority upon anyone. It's impossible to control another person's actions. Those that demand what should be freely given have no real power. Let's move on to encouragement. Get up out of here. Why is Yiwa guidance the death card here? Fulfillment, 9 of Cups, guidance. The dark night of the soul will guide you to fulfillment. And rainbows, bubblegum, unicorns. No, not to be like that. I should not be so annoyed. But bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Top of the deck, Knight of Wands. A lot of people like to say that the Knight of Wands moves hasty, but to me that's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Wands is like, whoa, whoa there, Nelly. We need to survey the scene. We need to think strategically. We need to fill out the room. Am I moving with greed? Or shall I really be celebrated at this banquet? Am I really the MVP? If no one knows what's really me? Can I really be fulfilled if I have a skeleton in my closet that someone can use to blackmail me? Let me get another on guidance. The death card. Eight of Cups came out in the current position. Yeah, currently on the journey. Cause I feel like it's a lot of awakening, a lot of piercing the veil, a lot of these motherfuckers been lying to me going on. I feel like someone posed a question that hit you in a in your heart space. Like, damn, really had you thinking. Really had you thinking, wanting to assess the situation. You filling out the room. And when I say the room, I'm speaking of the room within. You want to figure out what's holding you back. You want to figure out what's stopping you from feeling fulfilled in the things that you do and the journey that you chose. That's a good thing. Just be aware of the control tactics and not listening to your higher self and not balancing yourself. And be aware of looking back at the past instead of remaining curious about the future. You're curious about what's going on back there. What's going on back there, you already know. Why go against the wind? That's you making it hard on yourself. Unless you need to, you have to. Unless that's a part of your shadow work. But if it's not, forge forward. Let the wind guide you forward, push you in the right direction. Headed in the right direction. I can see the light of day. Yeah. Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Eight of Wands at the top of the deck. I feel like you got some assistance coming. I don't feel like it's going to be in the form of money. I feel like it's going to be in the form of gems, so to say. Like someone's going to give you some food for your soul, so to say. You know, a lot of people see this card and instantly think generosity. To me, I take it as a handout. It would be a handout in this situation. A means to keep you on your knees, controlled by the love of money, love of money, got to have it. Hey, hey, hey. No. True generosity, if I was the giver, I would have them stand up. You're not beneath me. Get off of your knees. I am not a savior, anyone for you to pray to. You could have did this yourself. But for whatever reason you couldn't. And for whatever reason, I'm able to. So why not? But a lot of people do this for the gram, like I said earlier. That's why I want you to get up. I don't even want anybody to see me handing you no money when you sitting down or kneeling down, because they're not even sitting, they're kneeling. Look like they're begging. I feel like you realize that food for the soul that was sent to you has given you the realization and woken you up to what's really going on with this coinage. Because this is the only coin that stayed. I'm even thinking that of if any coins actually came out other than I remember the Seven of Pentacles, and that was and associated with working on yourself. Then it went down to the two, and then it went up to the 10, I believe. I have to go back and check. But as far as what's on the board, ain't no pentacles out here. None. Cups, swords, wands, and 4 major arcana. Well, 5, 6, if you count the other deck. Yeah. All right, let's close it out with the channel message. What advice? What's going on with the advice? Don't be a fool. Look, I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got nothing else to say. Realign your chakras. Keep that same energy at the top of the deck. Bro, don't be a fool. Do what you need to do for you. Work on yourself. Find your traditions. Like, this is a notice about you. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool in the sense of letting folks fool you. I would say be a fool in the sense of, stepping out there on faith, your faith, not the tailored faith, indoctrinated faith that's been given to you. That's some no caution. Let's get some no caution, caution. You got peace and zen. Peace and zen. 2 things that will only happen when you go within, rest, seclude yourself, hermit mode yourself, and focus on you. Queen at the bottom of the deck. Keep that shit over there at the top of the deck. They cautioning you to keep that one shit that we talked about, the control tactics, the mind fucks, keep all that shit out your face. You already know. You already have what you need to succeed. You better know it. Not knowing it will have you following another folk's dream, not your own path. That's gonna lead. Let's get. So let's go ahead and close this out. What's going on with the encouragement? You need to prioritize your time. ASAP, you're not doing that. You're not prioritizing your time or yourself. You not prioritizing your time is not. It's not setting aside time for yourself. It's not having, blocks of time for certain things. Basically, not being on the schedule. Yeah, learn how to tell folks no without feeling shame behind it. Mama, I made it at the top. I feel like for you to have that excitement, that, feeling of, Mama, I made it, would You know, that's going to be on the other end of you figuring out what's holding you, what's blocking you, what people and entities and organizations are doing to infiltrate your mind. When you have no shame, when you have no demons, or you know your demons, I should say, it's kind of hard for folks to find war tactics on you. It's kind of hard for folks to wage war on you if, you know, you're not ashamed of the skeletons in your closet. If you're living authentically, really, if you're living authentically, you wouldn't give a fuck. Well, nobody get to say about what you're doing and what you had done and what you ain't done and what you ain't got. It'll be for the birds. You ain't nothing but a voucher. All right, travel. I'm out of here. Hope it resonated. If it didn't, maybe next time. But just for if you newly spiritually awakened, newly tapped in, don't feel no shame, and don't let your favorite mentor or tarot reader or advisor, coach, pastor, don't let them mind fuck you. Because I'm getting a whole bunch of mind fuck energy in here. It was really trying to get this message out. And I feel like it was because there's some sensitive folks that aren't really in it for figuring out themselves. You know, it's, and if that's, you know, not your plan, then this is not the channel for you. Because I'm not gonna, oh, I'm not gonna really focus on other folks because it's about the tribe and the tribe developing themselves so that they are not able to be mind fucked, so that they can discern and feel the room that they're in and not in, so that you know and trust your intuition when it's telling you, nah, nah. I'm sorry, not for nothing. It has not been a person in my life that I met and my first impression of them, energy wise, was not confirmed. I'm gonna put that way. And I'm gonna leave it there. All right, tribe. Peace. Okay, tribe. I was mistaken about this card. It's not the death card. Um, that was my bad, and I can admit a mistake. I will show y'all the death card. I should have known about the keyword and really the picture. I should have known better, but when I read it, when I read the content creators meaning of the card, you'll understand why I got it confused in the moment. Okay. So this is actually the death card. Looks more like the death card, right? And that's the judgment card. Just because it was there. But I'm going to read what Yua guidance means, because I still feel like it resonates with the reading and what I said about the dark night of the soul and, you know, things like that. So it says, Yua is seen with her sword and horsetail whip, which she uses as a guide in the underworld to help souls to their final resting place. She reminds you that even in death, you are not alone. A guide will always present itself when the darkest hour seems to be upon you. This could be this could be a dove, a goat, or owls, which are all creatures of Yua. Her dress is made of silk, symbolizing that essence isn't gone in death, it is only transformed. The silkworm sucks the essence from the tree and creates silk fiber using its saliva. The result is a fabric that is softer on the skin than any other material and was reserved for elites in history. The cowrie shells in her hair are a gift from Mamiwata. If she appears, it's a sign to give yourself a large assortment of flowers. Which to me kind of coincides with the whole message of, not having anything to be ashamed of, giving yourself, grace, giving yourself mercy, giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, releasing the shame, you know, celebrating yourself. Which I don't know if that was one of the cards that was, no, I don't think it was at the top of the deck with this one. But I'm gonna watch the reading to see. But I had to come back and, so to say, right my wrong. I'll always do that if I find out beforehand. But it was calling to me as I was closing out the reading, and really while I was doing it, it was kind of, you know, it was kind of feeling like this might not have necessarily been the death card, but it does have an association with death. So I wasn't totally off for those that critique me in that way. But anyway, tribe, just step through to give y'all that little tidbit. If you made it to the end, then you'll see this. If not, you won't. But if you don't make it to the end, it didn't resonate anyway, right? Anyway, peace, tribe.